Hey Camille, sometimes we need to change before doing a video. You know, I don't understand why we're wearing the same clothes all over again. What is this? Did we actually film this in the same day?
We've just been here for a week, and we like these clothes a lot.
Yeah, we like the background too. The same lamp is in the background. So let's talk today about relationship red flags. Okay, they come up. Like, I truly believe that there are relationship red flags that come up instantaneously in a relationship. There's a warning sign. There's a little man that says, whoa, 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 whoa.
Something's wrong here.
We're waving the checkered flag, okay? And all of a sudden we wave the red flag. Cars need to slow down and you need to pay attention. Now, we talked about this last night. The problem is people are fulfilling a relationship story. You meet somebody, you think they're fantastic, and instead of being open and authentic and showing your true self, right? You create a relationship story based on what you want that person to be, and you go blind at that point, right?
Yep. Anything that doesn't fit the story didn't really happen, or there's an excuse for it.
I know. So the red flags are really big, which means that the real person is showing themselves. See, you and I are very much people that have been doing in this industry for a reason to not show our fake side, right? Not to show our.
First of all, it's exhausting.
Well, you have to remember too much stuff. When the representative is showing up on every single day, you literally have to do what? You have to keep track of what the representative promised and what the representative said.
And you're robbing them of showing who you truly are. I guess that's probably a different topic, though.
Yeah, I mean, we can go into that too, but let's talk about when the red flag shows up the very, very first time. This is something I want all of you to do. I want you to keep a red flag journal.
I like that.
And a red flag journal is very basic, okay? It's a piece of paper, it's a Word document, it's a book, whatever it might be, and you write down the red flag that came up. Because when that red flag comes up for the very, very first time, you need to watch that red flag because they're not aware that the red flag has fully come up. Now, you can confront them and ask them what this all means and so forth and see about how they react to it, but what I like to do is to write down the red flag. So, I write down the red flag, and then I see when it comes up again. Because usually the red flag shows its ugly, evil self
Almost always.
almost always within a week. You write it down the second episode. What triggered them? Okay, what went on during this red flag moment? What you said to them, how they reacted, what their behavior was afterwards, how you worked through the conflict, okay? How they took responsibility for their actions in this red flag moment. Did they take responsibility for their actions, or did they or they just try to turn the finger around and blame you on this whole stuff? Then when the red flag moment comes up for the very, very third time, thank you, this fly likes me. When the red flag moment comes up for the third time, write it down again and then ask yourself, why are you going forward with this type of behavior? What else do you want to add to this?
I would say watch how people treat other people.
Yes.
I mean, whether that's the wait staff, whether it's their mother, whether it's the random homeless guy they walk by and yell, get a job. That's coming to you eventually. I guarantee you it's coming to you. It's very hard to be one way in life and, be kind with one set of people and then turn around and be a total asshole to someone else. It all merges together at some point.
Well, there's also a thing too about that too. When you this fly is just hanging out.
He wants to be on
knows
video.
how to flirt, this fucker. So there's another thing too about that. It's everything comes back at you. So look at the way. There's another red flag moment a lot of people missed. How do they talk about their ex? We're all, people say never talk about your exes. That's bullshit because
They're
what?
part of your life.
They're part of your life, and there's no reason. The X story is the X story for whatever reason it is, okay? And you got to listen carefully because to me, I want to hear about the X because maybe one day I'm going to be the X, so I want to hear how she's talking about me in the future, right? So I want to hear my ex was an asshole, but at that time of my life, that's all I thought I deserved, and it's all about I. And I really learned a lot from him. There were some amazing things about him, but I allowed him to treat me a certain way because I was working through some stuff with my parents and my childhood and other things like that. So yeah, everything doesn't have to be fake positive, everything doesn't have to be be real, but it's what you want to hear from somebody, what they got out of it, how they took responsibility for that. Because if someone's taking no responsibility, if I hear somebody who goes into victim mode and goes, I was cheated on, he did this, he did that, he did this, because then I know what I'm looking for then in that moment is that I'm going to see somebody who's not taking responsibility for anything. So the minute any conflict happens, which it will happen in the relationship, I'm going to be realizing at that moment that that's going to be me.
Interesting.
You know, so
Future projecting.
yeah, I'm paying attention to that. That's going to be me who breaks their heart. That's going to be me who is the villain.
The
in
bad
that.
guy.
Yeah, I'm going to be
Yeah.
the villain in their victim story. So I pay careful attention to that. And that to me is a very big relationship red flag. And that you can expose right from the get-go.
True. Yeah.
Sex. You can ask them what the best sex is. You can hear their version of the best sex, and you can know whether or not that's good enough for you. There's so many things that we can talk about on a date instead of exchanging resumes. Wait a second, 2011 you were single? I can't believe that. That was the year of the relationship, according to the Chinese astrological. I need to go and contact other people. But anyway, how can people get your wonderful advice?
They can find me at masterofflinedating.com. And also wanted to add one thing.
Please do.
I like the saying, leave the baggage, bring the lesson.
I like that. Leave the baggage, bring the lesson. And I'm going to add saying on top of that, but when I date somebody, I like to carry on people. I'm like George Clooney up in the air. So if I'm dating somebody and we're going away for 2 weeks, it's like we're doing carry on, because that's like 45 minutes of waiting for luggage in a strange place that we can avoid, and we can already be on the beach hanging out, sipping cocktails. I don't really sip cocktails, but they might. I might want to get them drunk after a 12-hour flight to take advantage of them. Anyway, subscribe down below.